copy this process if you want to increase your chances to get more deletions like this. So if you're ready to knock the credit bureaus out, here's what you need to do, right? As you can see, here's the overview. 2 items got removed, 90-point increase, 65-point increase on Experian, 0-point increase. Pretty sure that they came back when it came to TransUnion. I don't know. As we know, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax be playing crazy. So things be happening when it comes to sending letters out, but looks like nothing changed or happened or whatever the case may be. But 2 items got removed, 11 ongoing, 12 undisputed, 10 items new, 10 items added. That's probably personal information, whatever the case may be, right? So what is the process to get items removed? What is the process to get the negative accounts, personal information updated? What is the process? Hard part, like probably struggling, breaking it down so you too can improve your credit score, get to where you need to be, whether that's trying to buy a house, trying to get a car, or maybe invest into assets that's going to continue paying you over and over, all depending on what you have going on, right? So the first process of what you need to do first is, of course, get access to a report, right? I'm going to show you everything step by step. So I'll have the link in the description, link in the comments. You can get your credit report for just $1, right? Now, once you get access to your report for $1, you get a trial. You're going to put your input your username and your password, right? Now, once you do that, the next process is then printing this page. So what you want to do is save it to your computer. So print it off and then save it as a PDF, right? Now, once you save it as a PDF, right, we're going to go to this place right here, right? We're going to leverage artificial intelligence, right? Now, with artificial intelligence, there are different varieties, but this one is free, right? You can attach your report for free. You're going to say, can you please analyze the provided credit report and list all negative items affecting my credit score, include delinquent accounts, charge-off, collections, auto repossessions, student loans, and any other derogatory marks. Provide details for each item, such as a creditor's name, account number, balance, status, date reported, the bureau's reporting, basically TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, right? Include an explanation of how each item impacts my credit score and suggest steps to address them. Present this information in a clear, organized table, right? You're gonna copy this prompt, right? I'm gonna have it in the description for you. So copy this prompt and it's gonna break down your credit report, tell you, hey, this account's affecting your credit score, this account, this account, this account. You can also analyze it yourself, but it's gonna basically break everything down. First, you have to create a letter to Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. I'm gonna show you how to create the specific letter. And the credit bureaus can update or modify your information, the account details, right? But usually they don't, all right? Usually they don't. So what you can do is leverage that in your next letter. But let me show you how to create a specific letter. You don't have to think about it. You can just leverage artificial intelligence. Once you attach it, your next prompt is going to be based on the analysis. Please generate 3 professional dispute letters addressed to each credit bureau, right? 1 to Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Based on the consumer credit report, letters should be dated, and basically it's going to tell what should happen on the specific letter, everything, the format, right? 1, 2, 3. Like it's going to just break down everything, right? And then you're going to have a table that's going to break down Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. It's going to look like your credit report, right? And it's going to show the open date, date last active. It's going to pinpoint a lot of things that's inaccurate on your report, right? Now, once that happens, you have everything, you're going to print this letter off, right? And then you're going to add 3 forms of identification. When you send a letter to Experian, when you send a letter to TransUnion, when you send a letter to Equifax, they keep on saying you sound like a credit repair company. We can't verify your identity, all this extra stuff, right? Make sure you send your letter certified. Make sure once you send your letter certified, they have 30 days from the time they receive that letter to complete the investigation, and then 5 days to mail it back to you. And if you want to update your personal information, if you got things wrong, just give Experian a call, give TransUnion a call, give Equifax a call to remove that personal information that's incorrect, right? That's very important. Clean that up as well. Give them a call. You can clean that up. Very simple. Now, you're going to get some accounts removed. Knock credit bureaus out, got some items deleted, right? Some of your accounts will come back verified, modified, whatever the case may be. So your next course of action, round 2, is going to be this, right? Based off of this specific law. So you go to Google 15 USC 1681, right? Now, once you Google this, you're going to go to this one right here, and you're going to click on subchapter. And then you're going to scroll all the way down to I, right? Procedure in case of disputed accuracy. And then you're going to go down to number 6. I believe number seven, right? Because what you're going to do is ask Experian, TransUnion, Equifax, whatever came back verified. It's going to be your letter, right? A consumer report agency shall provide to a consumer a description referred to in paragraph 6B3 by no later than 15 days after receiving a request from the consumer for that description, right? So 6B3, right? Go to 6, go to B, content, and then go to number 3. A notice that if requested by the consumer, a description of the procedure used to determine the accuracy and completeness of the information shall be provided to the consumer by the agency, including the business name and address of any furnisher of information contacted in connection with such information and the telephone number of such furnisher if reasonably available, right? So they got to provide you this information and everything of how they verified it, whatever the case may be, within 15 days from the time you send your second letter in, right? Now, that's about 45, 50 days right there, right? Got some items removed in the first round. Then the second round, you're going to send this specific letter, and then you're going to wait, right? Now, what's going to happen is most likely is not going to provide the description of anything of how they verified the account. So now you have multiple laws of violations, right? And then your next course of action is either complaining with the CFPB or creating a specific letter to Experian, to TransUnion, to Equifax based off of multiple laws that they violated, right? You can do either or. But if you don't have the time to do none of this, right? If you don't have the time to do none of this, what I just showed you of sending letters round after round after round after round after round until everything gets removed, it's going to take a process to get these items removed. It ain't going to come off. This is going to take time. One of your credit score is going to improve better than the other two, as you saw in the picture, right? That's what's going to happen when it comes to fixing your credit. And you don't need all 3 credit scores to get funding, right? If you're trying to get business funding, you can leverage just one of your credit score and go to the highest one and go to banks that only pull from that specific credit bureau. Only time you need all 3 credit scores if you're trying to buy a home. So if you don't have the time to do none of this, you don't have time to fix your credit, all right, me and my team can do this for you. And the good thing about this, we're extending our offer of we'll do it for you. The first 30 days is free, no money up front. And if we don't get you no results, you don't have to pay, right? If that's something you want to do, links in the description, you can get started. But if not, continue watching the videos, continue learning, and continue teaching you different laws, different dispute methods to help you knock the credit bureaus out.